Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app and you can attempt the quiz in this app and you can read detailed explanation. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. So, now let's start. Which union ministry launched a portal for land management system for the first time? So it has been launched by MOD, that is Defense Ministry or Ministry of Defense. Present Defense Minister is Rajnath Singh. So to bring the transparency and to speed up the land management process, this new LMS has been launched and this has been developed by DOD, that is Department of Defense, in association with DGDE, that is Directorate General Defense Estates. Now, if we talk about Defense Ministry, there are 5 departments in the ministry. One is Department of Defense, one is DMA, that is Department of Military Affairs. This is headed by CDS, that is Chief of Defense Staff. Then we have DDP, that is Department of Defense Production. Then DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization. And 5th department is Department of Ex-Servicemen Welfare. Next question is, what is the name of festival celebrated across Bihar, Jharkhand and Uttar Pradesh in November and it is dedicated to Sun God? So the name of this festival is Chhath and it is a 4-day long festival dedicated to Sun God, and the devotees offer prayers to the Sun God and take a dip in the river. Apart from these states in India, this festival is also celebrated in certain parts of Nepal as well. Next question is, which country has passed a bipartisan resolution on autonomous Tibet? So it was passed by USA to recognize the cultural and religious significance of autonomous Tibet. The resolution also recognized the work done by 14th Dalai Lama. Now, Dalai Lama is the highest spiritual leader of Tibet and present one is 14th Dalai Lama. Recently, he was in news because of his book, Our Only Home, a climate appeal to the world. Now, recently USA was in news as it quit Paris climate deal. Recently, this Paris deal was also in news as India is the only G20 country to progress as per the specified targets in Paris Agreement. This Paris Agreement was signed during COP21, that is Conference of Parties number 21, and it is related to UNFCCC, that is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Next question is, which sports organization has released rules to protect the maternity benefits of its female players? So these were released by FIFA. It is international governing body of football, and recently it released new rules, new employment rules to protect the maternity rights of female players. And as per the new rules, if any club ended any player's contract for becoming pregnant, then that club will face the fine. It also decided that clubs should allow at least 14 weeks of maternity leave and it is going to be a paid leave. Now, in our country, to provide maternity benefits, we have Maternity Benefit Act, and few years ago it was amended. Previously, the provision for maternity benefit was 12 weeks. Now, it is 26 weeks. Apart from that, this act make it mandatory for the employers to provide crèche facilities. This is mandatory for those establishments which have either 30 women employees or total 50 employees, whichever is less. Next question is, Tungabhadra Pushkaralu, which was in news recently, is celebrated in which state of India? So it is celebrated in Andhra Pradesh. This Tungabhadra Pushkaralu is a 12-day festival and it is celebrated to honor the Tungabhadra river. This river originates from Karnataka and then it flows through 2 states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Next question is, as per the recent report of Facebook, what is the position of India in terms of request made for user data during the first half of 2020? So, India is on 2nd position. Recently, Facebook released this transparency report and as per that, India is on 2nd position in terms of request made for user data during the time period of January to June 2020. USA is on top position. Now, as compared to previous time, the request made by India increased 23%. Recently, Facebook was also in news because of WhatsApp Pay, as WhatsApp Pay got approval from NPCI. Facebook was also in news because of its disappearing messaging feature. A similar feature was launched by Twitter, and it is Fleets. Next question is, which technology major has unveiled its RCS, that is Rich Communication Services messaging globally? So this was launched by Google. So this is an advanced version of SMS. Recently, Google was also in news as Axis Bank, in association with Google, launched Ace Credit Card. Google was also in news as recently it launched Cormo app in our country to help people to find jobs. Google was also in news as recently it collaborated with Central Water Commission for the flood forecast. Next question is, OSH code is released by which union ministry? So this was released by Ministry of Labor and Employment. What is OSH? It is Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code. So recently a draft was released by the Labor Ministry. Now this code provides for the provisions related to safety, health and working conditions of the dock workers, construction workers and mine workers. So what kind of environment will be provided and how the safety and health of these workers will be ensured. These are the key points of this code, and it is OSH code. OSH stands for Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code. The draft was released by Ministry of Labor and Employment. Next question is, Indo-Thai Corpet, which was in news, is the exercise involving which armed force of India and Thailand? So it was a naval exercise. Corpet stands for Coordinated Patrol. So from Indian side, INS Karmuk participated in this exercise. Apart from this exercise, recently Malabar was in news and 4 countries, India, USA, Japan and Australia, participated in this exercise. All these 4 countries are part of Quad. Quad stands for Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. The most recent meeting of Quad held in Tokyo in Japan. Recently, Japan was in news as it signed defense agreement with Australia. Now, apart from this, one more exercise was in news and it is SITMAX. So it was a trilateral exercise between 3 countries. So it was a trilateral exercise. That means 3 countries were involved in this. These are India, Thailand and Singapore. So this was a naval exercise between 3 countries. The Malabar exercise was conducted in 2 phases. One was in Bay of Bengal and second one was in Arabian Sea. Next question is, which district has been selected for the Best Marine District Award by the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying? So it is Krishna district. Actually, every year on 21st of November, World Fisheries Day is celebrated. And on this occasion, Government of India for the first time decided to award for the performance in the fisheries sector. So as per these awards, top states are Odisha, Uttar Pradesh and Assam. So Assam is top in the hilly and northeast states category. Uttar Pradesh is on top in inland states category and Odisha is on top position in marine states category. So these were the top 3 states. Now top districts are Krishna district, Kalahandi district and Nagaon. So this Krishna district is in Andhra Pradesh. This Kalahandi district is in Odisha and this Nagaon is in Assam. So this is the best marine district. This is the best inland district and this is the best district in the hilly and northeast areas. Next question is, what is the name of alliance of 5 countries? That is Australia, USA, Canada, New Zealand and UK. So the name of this alliance is Five Eyes Alliance. So it is an intelligence alliance. That means intelligence information is exchanged between these 5 countries. Now answer in comment box, how many members of this Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance are in G7 grouping? So these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important events. First is Copernicus Sentinel Michael Freilich satellite. So recently this satellite was in news. It is a joint venture of NASA, that is the Space Agency of USA, and ESA, that is European Space Agency. So it is a joint initiative by these 2 institutions to monitor the rising global sea level. So 2 important points. First, it is a joint initiative of NASA and ESA. Second is, it will monitor the rising global sea level. Next is Aditya Vikram Birla Kala Shikhar Puruskar. So recently, actor Nasruddin Shah was selected for this award, and this was given at annual Sangeet Kala Kendra Awards. Next is India's first Moss Garden. So this is in Nainital district of Uttarakhand. Next is zero emission electric mobility. So recently a study was conducted by IOCL. What is IOCL? It is Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So it conducted a study on the feasibility of zero emission electric mobility. Now what is the meaning of this term, zero emission electric mobility? So it is a concept that allows the electric vehicles to charge using solar power and to ensure zero emissions. So charging will be done through solar power and emissions will be zero. This is the crux of this concept, and recently a feasibility study was conducted by IOCL in this matter. Now for the promotion of electric vehicles, a scheme was in use. It is FAME scheme. Answer in comment box which is the nodal ministry for this scheme. Next is G20 index. So recently during the 15th G20 summit, a new index was proposed for the post-corona world, and this index will be based on 4 pillars, that is talent, technology, transparency and trustship. Now for this year, Saudi Arabia is the president of G20, and India, which was supposed to host G20 summit in 2022, will now host in 2023. Italy will be the host for 2021 and Indonesia will be the host for 2022. India will be the host for 2023 and Brazil will be the host for 2024. Next is Vinisha Uma Shankar. So recently Vinisha Uma Shankar from Tamil Nadu was in news. She is a girl in 9th class. Why she was in news? Because she has won Children's Climate Prize under Clean Air category, and she has won this prize for her design of solar ironing cart. So she designed a cart which uses the solar panels to power the steam iron instead of charcoal. So this solar ironing cart will get the energy from sun instead of charcoals. Next is Shaikh Khaja Hussain. So he was noted Telugu poet. He passed away recently. He was popularly known as Devi Priya. Next is Ananda. So recently LIC launched new digital app Ananda. Ananda stands for Atmanirbhar Agents New Business Digital Application. So it is Atmanirbhar New Business Digital Application. Next is India's first bullet train project. So L&T, that is Larsen & Toubro, got the contract for India's first bullet train project, and it will be between Mumbai to Ahmedabad. Next is International Maritime Organization. So recently our navigation system IRNSS, that is NAVIC, has been recognized by IMO. What is IRNSS? It is Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. So it was recognized by IMO as a worldwide radio navigation system for the operation in Indian Ocean region. So with this, India became the 4th country in the world to have independent navigation system, which has been recognized by IMO, that is International Maritime Organization. So India is the 4th country to get this recognition. The other 3 countries are USA, Russia and China. Next is PK Mohanty Group. So this was internal working group which was set up by Reserve Bank of India. Now it submitted its report, and that's why it was in news. Now banking aspirants, please read the recommendations of this internal working group in detail. So this group has recommended guarded entry of corporates into banking, and former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan has warned against it. Second recommendation is related to conversion of NBFC, that is non-banking finance companies, into banks. So big NBFCs can be converted into banks. Another recommendation was related to hike in promoters' stake and increment in the minimum capital for banks. It also recommended that the payments banks who are willing to convert into small finance bank may be allowed to do so if they have a good track record of experience. Now, your homework is to read more details about the recommendations of this PK Mohanty internal working group. Apart from that, please read about connected lending and please read about cord blood bank. So that was all for the day. Thank you.